Let's talk about how to find your path in life. The most important thing in a person's life. Not effort, but make the right choice. Find your path in life. That means finding your niche. But we all know this is a very difficult thing. Some people, you feel like you have absolutely nothing to do. I feel like I have no interest in anything. Feel like I'm not good at anything. Yes, there is a lot to do. But it's not suitable for me. He needs someone to give him some options. Give him some advice. Then there are people. The information is just the opposite. There are just so many things I want to do. Difficult to make a choice. After all, lifetime is limited. There is another kind. Very specific situation is that we are working hard. You know what you are good at. But good at this thing can't make money. So we are faced with a choice problem. Has been replaced by artificial intelligence. Some type of. You might be good at one that's not very complicated. Or something so charming. What you want to do may be more attractive. Can make a lot of money. This is very contradictory. Today we will give you. All these problems are solved. Give you a clear answer. How to find your path in life. In fact, it is a matter of choice. It's the most important question in life. Our life from beginning to end. Just keep making choices. If you make the right choice, you can rise to the top. Get twice the result with half the effort. If you make the wrong choice, your life will be ruined. So, very important and good. So how do you make it on the road of life? The right choice. In fact, there is a method. I recommend a book to you today. What's the name of the book called? The easiest way in the world to find what you want to do. From the confusion of life. A way to liberate yourself from self-understanding. Simply put, just use a very simple method. Find your path in life. The author of the book is Japanese best-selling author Yagi. He wrote this book based on his own life experiences. Published in 2021. It was one of the top 10 bestsellers of the year. The author is a graduate of Waseda Business School. During the school days, he works in a convenience store. Experience setbacks. Many people. They all experience setbacks in some complicated tasks. He experienced setbacks while working. What kind of frustration can you have at a convenience store? He himself considers himself a Waseda student. Very outstanding. But when he was working, he realized he had a problem. It's for repetitive work, particularly bad at. Logically speaking, the more you do repetitive things, the more skilled you become. He's not. The more he makes, the more mistakes he makes, the more confused I feel. I ended up working for 2 months, was fired. This is rare, right? He just felt. I turned out to be nothing. Things that others can do well, can't do it myself. Then later, he discovered that he was very good at something. Just write articles. So after graduating from college, he is not looking for a job like other classmates. Instead, he became a professional blogger. Blogging turned out to be very successful. In just a few months, the income is more than 1 million yen per month. And very stable. Yes, very stable. As a Japanese in my 20s, very good results. Also very rare. But soon, he found another problem. Even though life has stabilized, the income is also very high. But he seems to have lost his purpose in life. That is, after you have no worries about food and clothing. He just wanted to do something else. As a result, there is no direction at all. You can continue writing after a long time. He became depressed. Just have no goals in life at all. In order to find the purpose of life again, he began to read various books on self-development. I also went to listen to some speeches. Later, I concluded the easy way to find your life purpose. Have this book. The author says it right at the beginning of the book. Talk about this world. There is no one 100 times more intelligent than another person. But it does exist. One's wealth 1,000 times wealthier than another person. 10,000 times why. It's because of these successful people. Made the right choice. They spend all their time. All the energy is put in this right direction. And you put it in the wrong direction. So your wealth will grow further and further. It has nothing to do with ability. It has nothing to do with the abilities of our ancestors. You may also be related to your ancestors. My ancestors made the right choice. Our ancestors have made the right choice for generations. So the difference between their wealth and your wealth is getting further and further away. And your ancestors have made the wrong choice for generations. You can say that, so make the right choice, is a very important thing. The author then goes on to say, to make the right choice. Also avoid 5 misunderstandings. What about the first misunderstanding? There are just a lot of people who want to make a choice. Then you can do this for a lifetime. He said that this kind of thing still existed in the past, but society is changing too fast now. Almost nothing. What kind of job can last a lifetime? After our lives, you may have to constantly face choices. Just like his life, it was already very successful. As a result, he discovered he has to continue to choose his life. Do you have to do other things? So the second misunderstanding. That is, you may feel that you have found your way in life. There will be a feeling of love at first sight. Just say this is my bounden duty. I can feel it. He said that in most cases he can't feel it. That is to say, not what you think. This game is fun. I'm good at this game. This game can become your career. So how to choose? We'll talk about it later. So what about the third misunderstanding? Some people mistakenly think the choice of life must be based on the society, meaningful to others, valuable. He said that's not the case. This thing must first be meaningful to you. Means nothing to you. No matter how meaningful it is to society, it is meaningless. It's your life choice. The fourth misunderstanding. It's just that some people feel that they have no choice. There are just too few choices. I have no choice. Forced or something like that. The author emphasizes. Almost everyone who feels they have no choice. It's not like there's no choice, but too many choices. Well, he said we are human beings. There is a common disease, difficulty in choosing, also called fear of choice. This disease is like procrastination, although it is a disease. But it is common among people. Everyone has it. Just the severity is different. This choice is scary. There is a characteristic. It's when there are more and more options. More likely to get sick. For example, let's ask you whether you want to eat bread or steak today. It might be easy for you to choose. But if you are given a dozen choices of bread, it may be difficult for you to choose. Even in the end, I just didn't choose it. Not having a choice is helpless. Because you choose anyone. It means giving up all the remaining options. This is who I am. I go to the food court. Often, it just doesn't come out in the end. Can't choose. In the end, someone else chose me. It's nothing, not worth it anyway. So there is no way in life. It's often because you have too many roads. Not because there is no way out. What about the fifth misunderstanding? That's how you feel about your choice. Must he become a job? Being able to make money is the way of life. If you can't make money, he can't become a road in life. This is a misunderstanding. He said whether you want to do something or not. And can it become a job? Actually, they are two different things. What is the most important thing for you to consider? It's whether you want to do it or not. Can it become a job? Can you make money? This is a social problem. Okay, so how to make the right choice? That is to say, in fact, you only need to do one thing. You can make the right choice. It is to set up a condition and standard. It's when you have a lot of options. You must set up a filter. Filter out most options. And then make a choice. You use more than 20 ice cream flavors. If you can choose, do you choose difficulty? You must immediately set a standard for yourself. For example, I just want to eat sweets today. Then everything that is not sweet will be eliminated at once. Then design the conditions. I just want to eat bread today. That might leave one or two options. Of course, I was just making an analogy. Like house finding software, etc. This is a basic technique for choosing. But something as basic as that, many people don't realize. The reason why he hesitated. This is also beneficial. There are benefits to this too, and I can't give up on this either. He does not have a unified standard. People don't realize that he wants to establish a principle. So to help you choose, how do we set this condition? It seems very important, right? Just no principles. They have no principles in many things. How to set principles? To establish principles, you only need to consider one thing. It's just that you have to understand yourself. And this is the hardest thing. We don't know ourselves at all. Right? Maybe we can see it more clearly to others. But I don't understand myself at all. A person who is stuck in a bad relationship and can let go of it. It seems to outsiders that they really don't understand themselves very well. Most of them actually don't know what they want. What are you good at? What can be done and what is needed? Even if you think you know, it may also be wrong. The author said that because of people. The needs are in order. If you don't understand the order, you will fail. The author says that most people choose the wrong reason. That's because they will subconsciously put their wishes, ideal as the ultimate condition for life choices. Just what I want him to be like. Unrealistic. Not realistic. For example, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a scientist. I want to be a rich man. I want to become a professionally sports player. These are all good wishes. Now tell you a way. Make your choice now. Methods. Very efficient. If you dream these wishes as your life goal, come and start your life path. In most cases, it is impossible to succeed. For example, it's just that you like a certain star. You just want to marry her or him. What do you think you will succeed at? It's a wish. Of course, one person will succeed. Because by establishing conditions, you will understand. Actually, you don't have this condition. So take your wishes and dreams as the direction of your life. This condition for choosing the path of life. All are undesirable. It doesn't mean you can take it as the direction of your life. Just you can't put it as the only filtering condition for the road of life. There are many other conditions, more important than wishes and dreams. If the indicators are sorted according to their importance, the most important thing is values. The second most important thing is talent. The third one is wishes and dreams. What are values? It is the principle and standard for you to do something. What matters most to you? The most important thing to you. In other words, what do you do? Nothing to do. Price for this thing. Worth it only for the money. I can do anything. This is a value. As long as it makes sense to you, I can do it. This is a value. Everyone's values are different, but his choice for us play a vital role. So how do you know your values? That means you only need to answer 5 questions. You probably know, but you need to write these 5 questions down. Certainly, there is no standard answer to all these questions. It's completely normal for you to be different from others. The first question is, do you have anyone you respect? Who is he or someone you admire can also. For example, it could be your parents, celebrities and politicians, the scientist, even comic characters, all are okay. Who did you think of when you came up? That's who. For example, I like Estan. I like Tesla. Everything is possible, same as the first question. An additional question inside. That's why you respect him. Why worship him? Hey, what do you like about him? You need to write him down. What about the second question? It's when you were in adolescence, or the most active period of your life. Is there anything that has a great impact on you? Puberty. Probably around the time from junior high school to high school. In fact, for most people, it was a very active period. Just because of that incident, it affected the trajectory of my life and so on. Thoughts on you, or your outlook on life. Values have a great impact. Think carefully. There will definitely be. Some people may say no. You should also think about this carefully. The answer is actually no. You can fully think about it. The third question. It's what you think about today's society. What are the shortcomings of this environment? Areas for improvement. The whole world. Not the whole country, just your surroundings. In other words, what do you want him to do? The fourth question is that you need to ask the people around you. Ask them. I think you are a person who values something. Care about something. Just what do you think I care about most? Ask him about your parents, your boyfriend and girlfriend, people around you. Anyway, I can usually stay with you for a long time. You can ask him, do you think I'm a person who cares about something? That is to say, ask people around you. You will find their answers. It may be completely different from what you imagine, but the answer to this question is based on their answers. The last question is, if someone needs your advice, what advice would you give others? It's the friends around you. They must have some. What do you think they can improve on? Just write his name to everyone. What do you need to change? Do you need to change something or something? You can just write down the suggestions you give them. Or something, that is. What advice do you not want your friends to give you? So after having the answers to these 5 questions, just summarize them. Summarize the core keywords inside. This is actually a very difficult thing. If you can't sum it up, just throw all these answers to checked. You said my 5 answers combined. What are the core keywords? He will immediately summarize it for you. Some core things inside, only repetitive things. These repeated things are your values. For example, just name a keyword. Just relax and comfortable. Not bad, very good. Some people, he doesn't know what he is doing. Wish someone else would tell him what to do. People are different. You finish this. Discover where your core values lie. What kind of person are you? This is your bottom line. It's also your standard of conduct. You will definitely handle your affairs according to this. In fact, the process of answering these 5 questions, it's helping you understand your core values. Well, after you know your core values, we enter the second step. It's about understanding your gifts and talents. This is also among all steps, the most important, even more than your core values. Because your values can change. But your talents are in your genes. He won't change. It is also the most easily overlooked issue by most people. Many people think that they have no talents or talents. Everyone is angry with you. This is the step you need to find. Why most people can't discover their own atmosphere. Talent. It's because you were born with this thing. You take it for granted. You can't notice. It's about talent and talent. There are 2 major misunderstandings. What about the first misunderstanding? Just some people mistaking what you like as your talent. Like to play games. I thought I had the talent to play games. Hobby. Love playing football. Think I have talent in football. What about the second misunderstanding? Just some people treat your skills as talents. For example, I work in IT. I can write code. But it's not my talent. What is talent? What is skill? Skills can be developed. Talent cannot be learned. What are real talents and talents? In fact, we are working hard. Talent and talent are non-ability factors, because he has it in his genes. For example, good looking. It's actually a talent. For example, if you have a good body proportion, you are gifted with a sense of music. Memory. This is all talent. Even good health. No diarrhea after eating anything. This is all talent. Not getting drunk after 1,000 cups is also a talent. Some people always say, what's the use of being good looking? In fact, being good looking is very useful. Just because he is useful, that's why everyone gets plastic surgery. According to statistics, good looking people are, or good looking person, the salary is much higher than that of ordinary looking people. If they are both competing for the same position, the boss is more willing to adopt good looking people, even if their abilities are a little mediocre. Because actually, being good looking is a value. Make a good impression on others. This is value. But we are now capable of society. Do not emphasize this non-ability factor. We emphasize that as long as you work hard, you can achieve success. Of course, I said it looks good. It's not that. How do you look so good looking? This varies from person to person. What I'm talking about is that it feels very comfortable overall. Yes, but often I don't care about this. Because on the one hand, it's too common for you. You are like this. You haven't made any efforts. So you won't feel that it's hard won. On the other hand, there are people. I have no interest in what I already have. I just want someone else's. You will neglect your own talents if you don't have them yourself. Okay, so you don't have these. I just mentioned some talents. How can I find out about your other gifts and talents? You only need to answer 5 questions. First question, that is, What is the most fulfilling experience in your life? Even everyone goes through a period of time. This period was very smooth, full of energy. It just feels like during this period. No obstacles at all, everything goes smoothly. No effort required. You can also achieve success and recognition from others. There will be such a smooth period in life. Think carefully, just think about this experience. What are you doing? Second question. Just the most recent time. What are the things that make you impatient? Impatient with others. Right, but not to yourself. Not to others. People. Being good at things that others are not good at. Have an instinctive reaction of impatience. You can't even do such a simple thing. In fact, he just is. Normal people can't do it. Just what you are good at. For example, a painting. People like us who don't understand can tell which painting is better. Which painting is better. But someone can see it at a glance. This place is incredible. It's amazing that you can draw like this. This is what we are born with. It's hard to practice. Isn't this what he has been raised with since childhood? Not training, is born, dressing too. Once you see this person, you will know how to dress well. Then some people won't. For example, Mrs. Wobble cannot be learned. He innately feels, you're weird, that's it. If it can be cultivated, there will be a second, third and fourth. It is easy to cultivate. Impossible. The third question is to ask the people around you, what are you good at? You often don't see what you are good at. And when people around you know me, they know what you are good at. Your intuition is very accurate. Just look at one. You can tell whether it tastes delicious or not by looking at the picture on the menu. This is probably all. This talent cannot be learned. The fourth question. That is, if you don't do your current job, what do you want to do? Is there anything in particular you want to do? The premise is to give up your current job. What do you want to do? Fifth question. Is that what you have accomplished so far? Anything is okay. For example, if your grades in school are good, you run faster than others, achieved good results at work, it will be all right. If you answered no to any question, that won't work. You said you thought about it until then. After all, this is a big decision in life. Don't give a simple, unscrawled answer after you have answered all 5 questions. Also sum them up. Get some keywords. Or you can get a paragraph, if you really can't. Throw it to dismantle chat. Let him summarize it for you. Simplify it. What is this? That means this is your manual. All electrical appliances we buy will come with an instruction manual. Instructions for use. We actually need an instruction manual ourselves. Answers to these 5 questions. The summary is your instruction manual. You can't do it if you don't know how to use yourself. It says what you are good at, not good at what. But there are always people with more functions. Okay, no problem. But eating and stuff. Okay, no problem at all. If you think the functions in your manual are a bit lacking, just think more about the above 5 questions. The answer is no problem. Put it on and let him enrich it. Dig yourself. For example, in your manual, no mention of the word music at all. It means you don't have the music function. You shouldn't touch music-related jobs. On the other hand, if your most fulfilling life experience, those were the days when I was singing and singing on the roadside. You feel very happy, everyone around said. Your songwriting is good. And if you quit your job now, what you want to do most, just write songs. Become a singer. So far, it has also participated in major music competitions. Achieve good results. He still doesn't know what he's good at. It shows what a great person you are. You are an instrument. Since it is a musical instrument. Stop playing basketball. Yes or no? There are 2. But you can have fun. Don't make it a career. Don't do coding anymore. That is to say, actually looking for this talent. There is another trick. It's just that you really have no talent. You just think I'm full of shortcomings. No advantages. In fact, this kind of person. Very special talents. Why? Every shortcoming you have is actually an advantage. It's just a shortcoming. It has 2 sides. The author said that it is very important to find your own strengths and take your own strengths as your career. Don't make your dream a career. Instead, take your strengths as your career. Life is happier.
He said that the famous American research company is called Gallup. I once did a survey.
Find people who do what they are good at.
Salaries tend to be higher.
The quality of life is also higher.
Less likely to get depression.
Overall life satisfaction and happiness are higher.
Because it's easier for him to do.
Do you know?
No pressure.
Too easy for him.
So versus pursuing your dream as a career. Make a career out of what you are good at.
Life as a whole should be happier.
Of course, there is no end to the dream.
Look at the third filter. I told him.
It's a wish.
Dream ideal. Just what you want to do. Longing for things.
That is to say, dreams actually have traps.
Many people confuse meaning with their dreams.
Choose a dream.
It should not be from the perspective of meaning. Rather, it should be purely based on likes and interests.
For example, making money is useful.
Is meaningful.
So you would think that my dream is to make money.
This is wrong.
This is not your dream.
These are your values.
What you like is not money. It's something that money can buy.
What else?
It's just that I want to be a doctor. Motivation if you want to be a doctor.
It's because he can save lives and heal the wounded.
Can save many lives.
Valuable to society.
Or maybe it's because doctors earn more.
Stable job.
Then he is not your dream. It's a false dream. Because there is something wrong with your starting point. There's something wrong with being a dream. Then I like it if it makes sense.
No, the author said. No, it has to be meaningless. You just like it too.
I really like it. That's what I really like.
Just say it's not profitable.
You are also willing to do the money.
That's the real dream. If you just look at dreams, he must be something like this.
Otherwise, you'll get involved again.
ISNT making money mixed together? You need to separate these three first.
It's your talent.
Dreams and values must be separated first. I like it even if I don't make money. I like to do this even if I don't make money. In other words,
you don't need to think about money anymore.
One day you don't need to think about money. Things you are willing to do.
So in order to let everyone know their true dreams,
the author also prepared 5 questions. Dreams are actually not that easy to understand.
Which ones are true dreams?
What are false dreams? First question. Is there anything you are willing to learn about even if it costs money?
To study.
Some people think.
I'm very interested in this matter.
I really want to know.
But if you ask him to pay some money, he immediately lost interest. This is a false dream.
I really like.
When he mentioned money,
withdraw immediately.
This is not true love. So you can make sense of it, right?
Second question, that is,
what books are on your bookshelf? What are you usually interested in?
Like what kind of books are on the shelves?
A must-buy book. Why books must be bought?
Same as the first question. That's right, I'm willing to spend money for you. Things you need to pay to know. For example, do you support a singer? You have to buy a ticket.
I just like his songs.
Never spent a penny.
This is not true love.
Must be like you. Went to the concert for 3 days in a row.
The content is the same. Still go every day. This is true love. The third question.
Is there any content?
Is it a redemptive effect on your life?
Very useful for your life, particularly meaningful. Played an inspiring role.
The fourth question.
Is there anyone or something you would like to be particularly grateful for? It's good for your life.
Someone or something that has a positive impact.
Question 5. In fact, our first values. Similar questions were also asked. It's your attitude towards this society and the world.
Are there any dissatisfaction and anger? I asked about values. Just say that you think there is something that needs to be improved around here.
Not this one. It's what you're dissatisfied with about this world.
Because a dream must be a big thing.
Rise to that level.
As long as I want world peace or something like that.
It's okay. I am against the war. This is all okay.
Because these big things.
It could all be your passion, your dream. Where is your ultimate goal?
Do you have it in this world? Then put the answers to these 5 questions together.
You will get some keywords. These keywords are your dreams. Okay, you have values.
Know your talents and talents also have a dream.
How to make life choices. The author says, first, connect your dreams and talents.
We'll form some possible life directions.
You can design a job.
Are you wondering if there are similar jobs around? We'll think of a lot, because there are many ways to achieve this goal. Make full use of your various strengths.
Your skills.
Of course, it might be a little difficult.
It's a bit difficult. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, you can imagine it as much as you can. When you think of some options,
use your values to eliminate.
There are two key points in the entire selection process.
The first one is your final choice. Must be consistent with values.
Not in line with values.
No matter how good it is, we have to give up.
Values like yours.
He really can't go to work. What you care about most is your time, own space.
How do you go to work?
This is determined by your values.
Otherwise, it will be very uncomfortable for you to do any job.
Will cause depression.
Values are constantly changing.
So I emphasize another very important point. It's your choice this time.
It must not be your last choice in life.
It will change.
For example, it used to be very profitable to be a translator.
Some people,
good at foreign languages. He also likes to do this.
Just dream of becoming a translator.
Can you travel around the world?
I used to make money like this. Translation is important, but now, after this AI comes out, simultaneous interpretation will soon be available. This is a job facing unemployment. No matter how good you are, you have to give up too. This is a very real problem. Right, let's take IT for example, such as coding. No matter how good you are, I might disappear now. This job is gone. This is a very real problem. In conclusion,
today I will introduce to you
the most basic ideas and methods for life choices.
Because of time constraints, I only introduced some ideas to you.
Gave some simple examples. It's written in more detail in the book. More examples. If you are interested, you can research it. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Able to re-examine one's life. In fact, the fundamental purpose of this method.
I just want you to understand yourself.
15 questions to know yourself. Isn't it very simple?
So it's already the simplest in the world. Know your own way.
For example, my value is independence.
So your life path, not necessarily limited to where. Of course, I will introduce this method today.
Not the only one. How to make life path choices. Just one that I think is better. Relatively simple and easy to understand.
There are also other more special methods.
If there is any way, able to force oneself to follow one's own path in life, it's the best.
That's right.
How to create that condition. In fact, it is not about creating conditions. In fact, all methods of choosing a life path.
What is the core content? Just know yourself.
As long as people understand their own choices, it will no longer be difficult.
The key problem is that most people don't understand themselves.
This is what we need to do through various means to achieve something. In fact, ask people around you.
There are many people around me who don't understand themselves. Don't know yourself. It will also lead to very serious consequences. It will make you feel like you are worthless.
Envious of others. Just like the author of this book. If he is working.
Because of this setback, I feel like I am worthless.
That's useless. He has to go to work first.
I might even give up on going to college.
So don't deny yourself. People must have their own atmosphere. Finding your own atmosphere is the best thing in life. The most important thing in life.